I think it's all for the greater good. I think my family has actually allowed me to adjust quicker than I thought I would adjust because they're so comfortable being out here.
LeBron James is a basketball player with the Los Angeles Lakers of the National Basketball Association. He's generally regarded as one of the greatest players in NBA history, and he's often compared to Michael Jordan in arguments over who is the best basketball player of all time. James has participated in 10 NBA Finals, 8 of them consecutively with the Heat and Cavaliers from 2011 to 2018. He's the only player to have won NBA titles with 3 teams, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, and the Los Angeles Lakers, as NBA Finals MVP.
Ability for our team to be able to mesh and have that camaraderie and that cohesiveness on the floor because of the bodies in and out, including myself.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is LeBron Raymond James Sr., but he's also known as King James. He was born December 30th, 1984, in Akron, Ohio, making him 36 at the time of this production. He stands at 6 feet 9 inches tall. LeBron has a number of hobbies and interests. These include reading books, listening to music, spending time with his family and friends, and playing basketball, which is his favorite pastime both personally and professionally. James' hobbies and interests also include watching professional baseball games. His favorite team is the New York Yankees. James is an active philanthropist and supporter of nonprofit organizations including After School All-Stars, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and Children's Defense Fund. He also runs his own Akron-based charitable organization, the LeBron James Family Foundation. The charity's been holding an annual bike-a-thon to raise money for different charities since 2005. In 2015, he established a collaboration with the University of Akron to offer up to 2,300 children with scholarships starting in 2021. He gave $2.5 million to the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture in 2016 to fund a Muhammad Ali display. He was honored by the NBA in 2017 with the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award for his outstanding service and commitment to the community. The Akron School Board authorized the I Promise School in November of that year, a public primary school developed in collaboration with the LeBron James Family Foundation to assist struggling elementary school children in staying in school. Later in life, James remarked that it was his most significant professional achievement. On July 30th, 2018, the school opened its doors for the first time. James and Savannah Brinson have been together for many years. LeBron was a promising basketball player at St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, when he first saw Brinson. She was a cheerleader at a rival high school. He observed her at a football game and asked for her phone number from a mutual acquaintance. Brinson said James asked her to one of his basketball games after a few phone talks, and the two went out with some pals to a local Applebee's. Their first official date, she recalled, was at an Outback Steakhouse. Brinson claims she had no idea her high school lover would go on to become a professional basketball player. On January 1, 2012, James proposed to his high school sweetheart, Savannah Brinson. The couple married in a private ceremony with about 200 guests in San Diego on September 14, 2013. James and Brinson have 2 sons and 1 daughter together. In October 2004, James welcomed his first son, LeBron Jr. On June 14, 2007, Brinson gave birth to their second son, Bryce Maximus James. Their third child, daughter Zuri James, was born October 22, 2014.
On the floor. My command is being on the floor and putting guys in the right position and covering for my guys and allowing my guys to cover for me when I make a mistake and things of that nature. Being on the floor, being in the grip, being in the foxhole.
James was born to Gloria Marie James, who was 16 at the time. Anthony McClelland, his father, has a long criminal history and was not interested in his life. Life for the family was frequently a hardship while James was growing up, as they moved from apartment to apartment in Akron's seedier areas while Gloria tried to find stable employment. After realizing that he would be better off in a more stable home setting, Gloria permitted her son to go live with the family of Frank Walker, a local youth football coach who introduced James to basketball when he was 9 years old. In the 5th grade, James started playing organized basketball. Later, he was a member of the Northeast Ohio Shooting Stars of the Amateur Athletic Union. James, together with his pals Cyan Cotton, Drew Joyce III, and Willie McGee, led the team to local and national glory. The foursome coined the term Fab Four and pledged to attend high school together. They decided to attend St. Vincent St. Mary's, which sparked local outrage. This is because it was a mainly white private Catholic high school at that time. It's no surprise that James was the first player selected in the 2003 NBA draft right out of high school, given his stellar record. The strong young forward was signed by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he proved to be a useful addition to the ailing team. James created history when he became the first member of the Cavaliers to win NBA Rookie of the Year in the 2003-2004 season. He was also the youngest player to win this distinction at just 20 years old. Furthermore, James, who was averaging 20 points a game at the time, was one of just 3 rookies to achieve this accomplishment, including Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson. The next season, James continued to flourish professionally in the NBA, increasing his average points per game to 27.2. In 2005, he created NBA history by being the youngest player to score more than 50 points in a single game. During the 2007-2008 season, James continued to assist the Cavaliers in improving their Eastern Conference position. The squad advanced to the semifinals when they were beaten in 7 games by the Boston Celtics. In terms of individual performance, James had a fantastic year, outscoring opponents like Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson by an average of 30 points a game, the highest in the NBA regular season. Sports writers and fans started discussing James' future in the sport early in the 2008-2009 season. In 2010, James declared that he had joined the Miami Heat. However, he was criticized for this decision, but went on to win many games for the Miami Heat. James opted out of his contract with the Heat on June 25, 2014, and on July 1st, he became an unrestricted free agent. He announced his intention to return to the Cavaliers in a first-person essay published in Sports Illustrated on July 11. On July 12th, he signed a contract with the team. James opted out of his contract with the Cavaliers on June 29, 2018, and became an unrestricted free agent. Clutch Sports, his management company, stated on July 1st that he would join the Los Angeles Lakers, and the contract was finalized on July 9th. In a 121-107 win over the Spurs on December 31, 2020, James became the first player in NBA history to score 10 points or more in 1,000 consecutive games.
On the floor and off the floor, to when we get on the court, that cohesiveness that we've gained and that camaraderie we've gained off the floor and on the floor, how fast can it happen out there?
In the 2016-17 season, James collected a $31 million salary, making him the third player to earn that much after Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He's also a co-owner of the production company Spring Hill Entertainment and is invested in Blaze Pizza. In February 2019, Forbes magazine estimated James' yearly earnings at $88.7 million, making him the NBA's highest-earning player for the 5th year in a row. LeBron James' net worth is $500 million. James previously resided in Coconut Grove, where he bought a $9 million 3-story mansion overlooking Biscayne Bay. In November 2015, James bought a 9,350 square foot East Coast-style mansion in Brentwood, Los Angeles for about $21 million. James owns another home in Brentwood, which he purchased for $23 million in December 2017. Cars you'll find in James' garage include a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, a Ferrari 599, a Ferrari 458 Spider, a Ferrari F430, a Mercedes Maybach 57S, a Mercedes Maybach S650, a Porsche 911 Turbo S, and a Rolls-Royce Phantom.